This happened to me about 2 years ago. I still get weird about it sometimes. My name's Caden, and back then I was working the night shift at this storage place called Maple Grove Storage Units. Yeah, I know. Exciting job, right? But hey, it paid decent, and I got to do my homework most of the time. The place wasn't huge or anything, just like 40 units in a U-shape around this little office building. My job was pretty simple. Sit in the office, watch the cameras, walk around once every hour. Easy money. The owner, this old guy named Frank, told me people hardly ever came by at night anyway. For the first few weeks, everything was normal. I'd bring my laptop, do some online classes, eat way too much junk. Food. The only annoying thing was this one camera. Camera 7, I think, that would go fuzzy sometimes. Frank said the wiring was old, and just to ignore it if it acted up. But then weird stuff started happening. Small things at first. Like, I'd be sitting there around midnight, and I'd hear this tapping sound. Tap, tap, tap. Always 3 times. At first I thought it was just the building settling or whatever. Old buildings make noise, right? But it always came from the same direction. Unit 23. I checked the computer system one night when the tapping got really loud. Unit 23 was supposed to be empty. Had been for like 6 months, according to the records. But Frank never mentioned it. So I figured maybe the system was just wrong. The tapping kept happening though, every night around the same time. And sometimes I'd see this shadow moving past the windows when I did my walks. Just for a second. Could have been cats or something. There were always stray cats around there. Oh, and my phone kept dying. That was another thing. I'd charge it before work, bring a portable charger, everything. But by like 2 in the morning, it would just be dead. Completely drained. Never happened anywhere else. One night, this was probably 3 weeks into the job. I was doing my hourly walk. It was raining pretty hard, which I always hated because the sound made it impossible to hear anything else. I had this cheap flashlight that barely worked, kept flickering on and off. When I got to Unit 23, I noticed something weird. The lock wasn't there. Not like it was broken or anything. Just gone. The metal loop thing was still there, but no padlock. I should have called Frank right then, or called the cops. But honestly, I was scared I'd get in trouble. Like maybe I'd missed something, or forgotten to check properly before. So I just walked past it. Told myself I'd deal with it in the morning. But when I got back to the office, camera 7 was working perfectly, crystal clear. And I could see Unit 23's door on that camera. The lock was back. Same exact lock that had been there for months. I stared at that screen for probably 20 minutes. Rewound the footage, watched it again. Nothing. No one had gone near that unit. But somehow the lock was just there again. That's when I started hearing voices. Not loud or anything. Just these quiet conversations coming from somewhere outside. 2 people talking, but I could never make out the words. It sounded like they were right outside the office window, but every time I looked there was nobody there. The voices happened every night after that. Always the same 2 people. Always just quiet enough that I couldn't understand them. And the tapping got louder. Tap, tap, tap. Sometimes it would go on for like 10 minutes straight. I tried everything. Earplugs, music, even brought my mom's old radio from home. Nothing worked. I could always hear them underneath whatever else was playing. Frank noticed I looked tired when he came in mornings, asked if everything was okay. I almost told him about the voices and the tapping in Unit 23. But what was I gonna say? Hey Frank, I think your storage place might be haunted. He would have fired me on the spot. Then last Tuesday night happened. I was doing my walk. It was probably around 2:30, and my flashlight died completely. Just clicked off and wouldn't turn back on. The parking lot lights were out too, which was weird because they were on motion sensors and should have kicked on when I walked past them. So there I was, standing in complete darkness next to Unit 23. And I heard the voices again. But this time they were different, clearer, like they were right next to me. "He can hear us now," one of them said. "Should we show him?" said the other. I ran. I don't care how stupid that sounds. I ran back to the office as fast as I could and locked the door behind me. Spent the next 4 hours watching every camera screen, jumping at every shadow. When Frank showed up the next morning, I quit. Told him I got another job. Thanked him for the opportunity, all that polite stuff. He seemed confused but didn't argue. I never found out what was in Unit 23. Never wanted to. Sometimes I drive past Maple Grove Storage when I'm in that part of town, and I always slow down a little. The lights in the office are always on at night now. Frank hired someone else, I guess. But I still hear those voices sometimes. Usually, when I'm falling asleep. 2 people having a quiet conversation just outside my hearing. I moved apartments last month. Hasn't helped.